Have you ever liked a thing, a piece of media perhaps? Chances are you probably do. And therefore, you probably want to rep the fact that you like this particular piece of media. Well, I've got news for you. You can do that by buying merch. This merch can come on a variety of things, whether that's t shirts, plushies, posters. There's a wide range of it, and they can be really good or really bad. Let's discuss.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dysfunctional with DY and Luna. My name is DY,
And my name is Luna.
and we're so excited to have you here. Today, we're going to be talking about random merch. As you can see on our lovely whiteboard behind us, we're going to be talking about merch that we own, and then merch that is interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. If you couldn't tell by the hook of the episode, chances are you probably have merch and you didn't even know it. Even something simple as buying a t shirt with your favorite character on it counts as merch. Whether you bought it from the actual merch store online or you got it at some place like Walmart or Target, you probably have it. And we want to talk about it. So there's such like a Venn diagram or even like a spectrum of how good or bad merch can be. And that's just talking about the official stuff. We also could talk about some fan made merch as well. Because
Yes.
by God, there are so many creative people out here that I just don't have the skills to comprehend how the hell anyone can do anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, even art that people make for certain things is insane. For example, the Deadpool poster. If you look at it in person, it's like incredibly detailed.
Yeah, yeah. And it's with the obviously it's Deadpool and his comic adaptation as well, so they're going to be more detailed with it. So he
Yeah,
just sits there on my wall, constantly looking at me, and I always wonder what he's thinking every time.
he's watching.
And I don't like it when he watches sometimes. We want to talk about some of the merch that we do have, what we want, and some pretty, as DY put it, interesting merch, which is suffice it to say, bad and or bootleg. Because by God, if we're talking about gaming alone, which we won't, but if we're just doing that, we got a whole slew of things that we
Yes.
could talk about for just different franchises. It's absolute like madhouse.
Yeah. Oh boy. Just thinking of a few I can not knock off the top of my head that are interesting to say the least. But yeah. Why don't you start with your stuff?
Yeah, the Deadpool poster that's in the background of this very hand drawn studio is a poster I actually have IRL. A real life friend of mine went ahead and Christmas, I believe, many odd years ago. And it's still there. It's not torn. It's holding on with very, very old sticky tack. I'm surprised it's still on my wall to this very day. And that's just one of few posters I have up here. If I'm just looking around. Other than just posters, I also have a lot of some of which are being represented on the shelves behind me, which mostly include the Morgana slash Mona plushie on the very top shelf, the Stitch plushie on the second shelf next to the lava lamp, and then there's also the Spider-Man plushie that's also like hanging around down there. So that's just plushies alone. I could talk about some of the FNAF plushies that we have, some of which are represented on mine and your shelf. Some pillows I've got, Funkos. I can talk about some YouTuber merch as well.
Ooh,
Dan and Phil themselves. Again, my gay dads, love
yes.
to see it. And also just some other things that just aren't in this studio. Like, for example, I have a blanket in my room that is the handbook for the recently deceased from Beetlejuice. I have that. I believe that was also gifted to me from somebody for Christmas one year. A ton of my K-pop albums, which are behind me on the shelf, some of which are duplicates. And by duplicates, I mean I got two different versions of them because K-pop does like their maximalism. Pins from TV shows, also some doll collecting as well, but that's more toys than merch. And of course,
Yeah.
you have your standard like t-shirts and things like that. And that's just me. That's not even talking about the stuff that, my brothers got in the other rooms of the house either, which also include more plushies, more shirts, things of that nature. But I don't have nearly enough as you do with your entire Funko collection.
Well, I have a lot of Funkos, but going to go past that right now. I have some merch from Phasmophobia, which is the voodoo doll plushie that they sold a few years ago. I'm going to count this as merch, even though it's technically not, because we discussed something similar. I have a Thor Disney Infinity thing, but I never bought the Disney Infinity game that it goes with, so technically it's just sitting on my shelf as merch.
I mean, to be fair, that's what some people use the figures for. They just use them for like displays. I know some people did with if we're on the same topic as Skylanders as well.
Yeah.
After they stopped making the games, the figures themselves still look cool. So,
Yeah.
it's you know, a fun way to display that you've bought like hundreds of dollars worth of plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Funko, or I guess they're not technically Funko. I mean, maybe they are. I don't remember. But they're little bobbleheads of Infinity War characters. So there's a Thor. There's a what's the Squidward looking guy? What's his name?
um, fuck. He's one of the villains. I
Yeah, I
don't.
have one of him. I have one of Iron Man. I don't need to go into all of them. I like to collect snow globes. I have an ungodly amount of snow globes. A few of them have actually started evaporating recently, so that's fun.
Oh no.
I have several Minecraft plushies. I have a bee, a glow squid, a frog. I have a Five Nights at Freddy's blanket. I have multiple Five Nights at Freddy's dolls, like Luna. I have some albums. I have Taylor Swift. I have 21 Pilots. I have Olivia Rodrigo. I have Miley Cyrus, AC/DC. Oh, I also have Cyndi Lauper. That's one as well. I have Paige and Molly plushies from Stacy Plays. I know this technically isn't merch, but I have a stuffed dragon that I got from, it wasn't Build-A-Bear, but it was some function that they allowed us to like stuff our own pets and animals, and I called it Steve the Hare the Harrington the Dragon. So it's
Yeah.
technically Stranger Things merch. I also have Pabu from The Legend of Korra. I have a miniature Stormbreaker. I have Doug from Up. Funko Pops, Funko Pops, Funko Pops, Funko Pops, Funko Pops, yes. Some of the Funko Pops include Voltron, Steven Universe, Hamilton, Overwatch, Candyland, which is really funny actually.
I don't think I've ever asked this actually. Did you ever intentionally were collecting Funkos, or was it just like the affordable way to get merch of like characters I like? Or is it just people kept giving them to you? You know what? It's too big now to stop
Um,
people from giving it.
I think it's technically both because I bought the Hamilton and the Steven Universe ones myself, and then I feel like everyone just noticed that I had them and started giving them to me. Luna has seen this. I have an entire closet shelf dedicated to these Funko Pops.
It's not as bad as those people that have like their wall line to line with Funkos, but I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm over here looking at this thing like, how? Why do you need storage space for this? Like,
I don't know what my if I even have ancestors, what they're going to do with this, because my goodness.
They're all in boxes, by the way. Most of them are still in their boxes. Like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of them are
did,
because it's just easier to store that way.
I forgot to mention this. I also, and I'm including my brothers as well, because he gifted me some of them. I also have a couple of amiibos as well.
Hmm.
Some of which were from my brother's collection. He no longer wanted to display, so I took them instead. A couple of them, either my brother asked if I wanted to grab it, and I was like, sure. And then one of them was gifted to me, uh, I believe for Christmas one year.
I do have a few amiibos as well. I'm Yoshi, obviously, and then uh, Peach and Daisy, and then I'm pretty sure I just bought this just because, but I have an Incineroar one as well, which Luna actually
I
also
also have
has.
I also have an Incineroar one. The reason why I have it is because not only was he the first character I never mained him in Smash Bros. Ultimate, but he was the first new character I tried. Sucked ass at it, by the way. And then my brother found a lone one at Walmart for like $10 or something, and he was like, "Hey, do you want this?" I don't want it in my own collection. And I was like, "Oh, sure." So that's how I acquired it. I don't even play him in Ultimate. Like some of my other ones, since we're on the topic,
Yeah.
include Wolf Link from the re-release slash remaster of Twilight Princess for the Wii U. Twilight Princess is probably one of, if not my favorite Zelda game, so that makes sense. I also have a Joker from Persona 5 because he was the first DLC character revealed for Smash Ultimate. And if you couldn't tell by the Morgana plushie up on the shelf, and as stated in our episode 0, Persona 5 is, or I guess specifically Persona 5 Royal, if you want to get technical, is probably my favorite game of all time. So that amiibo was a part of like a big Persona gift that my brother did one Christmas. Yeah.
I have the entire Steven Universe series on DVD. I know, right? What's a fucking DVD? um,
Discs still exist. Blu-ray and DVD discs still exist. So like
I feel
don't worry
like
about
I feel like the younger generations don't know what those are.
the younger generations don't know what a fucking like cassette tape is. But we do, even though I'm
Yeah,
younger than you.
yeah. um, I have a Ghostface figurine. Whenever Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, I think it's the 2012 edition. I got a bunch of the Lego sets for that. I'm pretty sure we've thrown it away by now. But I used to have Maleficent's staff from
Oh,
Descendants.
that sounds sick as fuck. That sounds so cool.
Yeah.
If it was like a maybe not an exact replica or like a life-size replica, but like stuff because Christian Chenoweth is really
It's a
short.
kid's version. It's a kid's version.
Oh,
But
damn it.
it's like basically the size of a light stick from Disney, if you've ever seen those. I have a lot of blankets as well. That's another thing that I have a lot of. But yeah, I think that's about everything for me. Oh
Other
wait,
than the no.
I have a popular MMOs t-shirt. That's about it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. If I'm gonna go into more specifics with my merch, if I'm excluding, my brother's stuff, which is only his, even though it's in the same house and I see it all the time, I'm just trying to. If we're gonna go with Lego sets, I only have one Lego set that was. I want to say this right now. It was gifted to me. Okay, it was gifted to me for Christmas. It's a Harry Potter set. It was one of the. It's one folds into a book, but then when you open it, it's a classroom. I want to
Yeah.
say it's fuck it, it was purple. It's purple. I think it's either Transfiguration or maybe it was like another classroom. I don't remember what it is. And I'm saying
Mhm.
this right now that it was gifted to me because we do not fuck around. We do not like her. Trans rights are human rights.
Oh
So,
yeah. Anything that we can do to not give her money.
yeah, I'm just trying to, before we get too heated on that, not that it's not important, but I do want to keep us back on track though. I'm just trying to think of like what else we have here. I have a Stitch pillow that my dear mother had bought for me. It's a pillow where it's Stitch's face, and on the side it's like a vertical pillow, like it's standing upright instead of like long, like a you know.
Like a
Yeah, it's got his face on it, and on the sides of it is his ears, so they're like little flaps, and on the back side of it is the back of his head, so it makes it seem like the pillow is just his face. But
yeah.
it's not. It's a rectangular, and the background in the background that like fills out the rest of the space is purple. And it's like staring right at me. Love to see it because it's sitting on a chair I have in here, so he's just staring at me, not menacingly, but kind of creepily. But I have 3 different volumes of Spider-Man comic. I think they're the more like prevalent storylines, I'm pretty sure, from different years and or decades and or timelines. I still need to read them, but they're there, and I love them. I have a couple of Minecraft posters, Pixar's Inside Out poster. I have one of those. Some FNAF plushies, as previously mentioned. Um, I also got some blind box plushies from Mariah Elizabeth, a art YouTuber I watch actually. So I have a couple of her blind box plushies.
Very cool.
Not duplicate. Yeah, not duplicates. I got 2 different ones, so love that.
Nice. Perfect.
I also have, yeah, I have a ton of pins that I got at Hot Topic that I have displayed near my dresser. This ranges from Avatar: The Last Airbender to Coraline to How to Train Your Dragon, CW, Supernatural pins there as well. I have a Animal Crossing one. I have a Kirby one. Speaking of Kirby, I also have a little statue, like a tiny little statue. I got a Hot Top a little while ago, so I got that.
You also have a
Um,
Stitch phone holder.
I do. I have a controller slash phone holder. Stitch in the hula outfit. He's got the headband and the skirt. I also have one where it's Deadpool. He's holding it like behind his back.
Yeah.
I got those a couple of years ago. I actually got those at work actually, and I think I got it for a discounted price. So love to see
Nice.
it. Some fan made merch I have actually. One of my friends at the time in high school, we gifted each other Valentines, and she made me a Harry Potter Valentine. It was a Hufflepuff
That's
little
really
badge
cool.
thing. Yeah, and she wrote a little thing on it. My brother, also going keeping with the Persona theme, this was given to me later. This was not a part of the big Persona gift or whatever of 2021 or fucking whatever it was for Christmas. My brother, because my brother is an artist, he made me the Phantom Thieves logo on a little like crystal board or whatever. So that's there on my shelf in my room, and I love it, and I will probably display it at one point. I have a little Avatar Iroh action figure
You
actually.
did show me that, yeah.
Yes. I wish I kept it in the box, however, instead of taking it out. Not because of like Puritan reasons, but because there was a misprint on it. It said it was Aang, but it clearly wasn't. Even though the box art showed Iroh.
Yeah, that would have been a really funny thing to keep.
I wish I kept it that way. I kind of wish I did, but it's been years, so oops. I have a little BT21 plushie. I have some Funkos of BTS as well, which is one of the K-pop groups that I follow. That was also gifted to me by a friend for Christmas one year. If you're wondering, for those who are in the know, it's a baby Chimmy plushie. Other than some Western albums, I got 21 Pilots' Vessel. I also have 2 Fall Out Boy albums. I have their 2015 American Beauty, American, which the most famous song from that album is Century, so it's that album. And then
Yeah.
I bought Mania, which was the Purple album, which a lot of people didn't like. I think like I half like it and then half the other songs are on, but I got a physical one for that, so that's
It'd be
cool.
like that sometimes.
It just do be like that. I also just have some like regular DVDs of some movies I like, whether I got them for gifts or I bought them with my own money. The only one that's prevalent for this is I have the 4 seasons of the CW Supernatural. My goal is to get all 15 seasons, but
Oh
because
boy.
it's 15 seasons, they get boxed by 5. So I have to buy the 5th season separate, and then I could get the other 2 seasons boxed with like 6 to 10 and then 11 to 15.
I don't know if they sell them separately anymore though.
That's what sucks. It's a long-term goal. It's not like an immediate goal because uh it's been 6 years since the show ended, but me and our mutual friend Julia are in the process of trying to watch it very slowly because our schedules are so slow and such different paces, but
Yeah. She also
we've
lives on
been
the other side of the country, so she has a 3 hour difference, so it's kind of hard.
yeah. Yeah. It's not great for that. I also owned a Deadpool 2 cup actually
Hmm.
when it was in theaters. My brother, I'm pretty sure, grabbed it when he saw it in theaters and then he just gifted it to me.
I did remember
I
something else
also
that I have, real quick. Signed Marinette fan art by Christina V.
I also like to point out the mug when he gave it like the Deadpool mug, it did not come with a straw.
That's fine.
So that's really it's very difficult to drink without a straw. That doesn't come with it. For my birthday last year in 2025, my mom got me a little Spider-Man keychain that's currently all hanging off of my bag that I use for work. So that's cool. I also, if we're gonna count that too, I also have a Spider-Man sweater. And I don't mean in the sense of like, oh, it's just got the symbol or whatever. No, my a high school friend of mine at the time, around the time Infinity War came out, so circa like 2018-ish, they got me a sweater from Hot Topic that was a spider suit, and it's still in my closet. I only take it out for Halloween because it's ever so slightly too big for me.
Yeah.
So he only makes an appearance for Halloween. But you know what? The kids get a kick out of it, so I'm not too like pissed about it. I also have a Stitch Squishmallow. It's a Christmas one. I think I also got it at work for a discounted price. But there is some other like Stitch Squishmallows that come into my work, but I don't get all of them because A, I don't have space, and B, I'm very picky when it comes to my merch. I mentioned this with DY, but it's mostly with posters, but I'm gonna count this to most of it. If I feel that these characters or these people, if they're like actors, are looking at me, I feel very weird about it. We've joked about it of like you getting me a card cut out of an actor, and I'm like, do not do that. That genuinely will freak me out and give me nightmares. I
Yeah.
hate the idea of them looking at me like that. So the Deadpool poster is the one of the few exceptions because it's the comic version. And also I'm not visibly seeing his eyes. I'm only
Yeah, it's a mask.
for me I can kind of get away with being like he's not looking at me. If I had a poster of like Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, then that's like a step too far. Of like, no, I cannot do that. Same thing with T-shirts. I'll never have an actor's face on a T-shirt because once again, I feel like they're looking at me. I don't like that feeling. I
I
do
also
not
just
like
feel
that
like
feeling.
it's kind of weird sometimes, depending on what it is.
Mhm. Yeah. Like some of those Hot Topic shirts that I've seen online that I'm just like, I don't know if I can deal with that fam. I'm totally honest here. I don't know about that. For example, I have some BTS posters because with K-pop albums, they tend to come with like a ton of goodies, and one of them can be a poster. These posters are not that big. Like realistically, they're not that big, but because all of the members are looking straight at the camera, I feel weird putting the posters up because it looks like they're staring at me, and I'm like, I love all you guys. I cannot do this. Like the last little bit of merch I can think of that's like in close proximity to where I'm sitting at right now. There's a little not standee, but standee of uh Stitch. It's like a wooden block, I guess, but it's like you could either hang it or you stand it on like a table or something like that. It's just a little like Stitch thing. Like 9 times out of 10, if my mom's confused on what she's gonna get me, 9 times out of 10, she's gonna get me either something Stitch related, which I have a few T-shirts of, and also just Spider-Man. That's like her go-to thing. If she can't find anything else, give her another plushie. I guess this is the best I can do.
I mean,
Which,
I would take plushies any day of the week.
yeah, yeah. Oh, wait, now that I'm thinking about Persona because ADHD is fucking killing my brain, I guess. He also got me a little Phantom Thieves keychain, so it's the logo of the Phantom Thieves, but it's just a little keychain. I want to use it for something, but I'm scared the actual thing is going to get banged up. He also got me a packet of Persona stickers. It's not just Persona 5, they also include Persona 3 and Persona 4 stickers. I think that's basically all the merch I've got. I guess you can count this as merch. I got Nightmare Before Christmas shot glasses that my mom got me at one
Oh my
point.
goodness.
It was yeah, it was a tradition when my parents went down south before COVID. Every other year they would go down to I think they would go to like Cuba. Like they always bring stuff back, obviously. And as I got older, instead of giving me like shells and stuff like that, mom was like, "This looks like a cool shot glass," and I'm like 12. She's like, "Still looks cool though," and I'm like, "Yeah, you right." So it became a tradition where I don't remember the exact like age or what year they started doing this, but every time they went down, they would get me a new shot glass for every resort that they went to. And then I think my mom got it was like a set of 4 shot glasses. She got me those. I think she got it at work, actually. I think it was like a Christmas gift. I'm pretty sure. I have used them before. They don't get used very often, but when they do get used. So there's that. Did you have any other like mugs or anything like that? Because there's a couple of mugs that I got.
I have a Phineas and Ferb mug. It's the Phineas and Ferb on the front of it, and then it says, what we gonna do today?" Um,
I thought it was gonna be like the head of one of them, and I'd be like
that
awkward
would be
fucking drinking.
that
Like,
would be
why the hell did you do
terrifying.
it?
That would be
I think
terrifying.
Ferg's head would be the only one that works because Phineas's is a triangle. That wouldn't work. It would have to be Ferg's head and
Yeah.
only Ferb.
It's not Freddy Fazbear, but it just says I I love Freddy, but instead of the heart, it's the top hat that he wears, and that's a mug too.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
I also have, now that I remember, I'm seeing it in my brain. I have a bunch of Hamilton merch. I have crayons that are named after songs, but they're changed in a way so that it looks like it could be that color. So
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure the pink one is named Angelica Schuyler, which is great.
This one's completely out of left field, but I do have a couple other mugs. I got a PlayStation mug that's just like the PlayStation symbols, and then I also have a coaster that I use daily. I mostly it was in a 2-pack. Um, that I got at work. It was marked down because the box was damaged, but the stuff inside was still perfectly fine. So I was like, sweet, I can get it for a price. Love
Yeah,
that. But
why
I
not?
mostly got it. Yeah, I mostly got it for the coaster, but then I got the mug, and I'm sure.
Yeah.
I do use that mug more often, anyways, because the other mug I got, which, mind you, I got in 2016. I want to preface by saying this: I got it in 2016 because it's a Harry Potter mug. My mom, I'm pretty sure, found a Mario, like a Super Mario, and a Spider-Man bowl set, which means that I technically have a Spider-Man themed cereal bowl with corresponding spoon. And then my brother has the Mario one with a corresponding
Does
spoon.
that mean that's canon? Spider Ball? uh,
Oh my god. I mean, the Lego one exists, and that's canon. But like what like how does that work?
Spider Ball.
How does that work?
I don't know.
How does that work?
If every Spider-Man is canon, then Spider
Oh
Ball
my
is canon.
oh my god. I don't want to think about it too much, but sure, I guess. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
for those who don't know, as a child, like under double digits child, I was a massive fan of the Disney Channel series Hannah Montana, as most girls of my age were. And I got a ton of merch for it, most of which no longer exists. It has probably been given away or thrown. The only remnants of this that I want to replace, but at the same time, it's funny that it's there, so I kind of don't want to take it away. It's a light switch cover that just has Miley Cyrus in the wig. It's nothing too spectacular. It's got like a purple background. Um, I'm pretty sure that is circa like 2007 or something like that.
I honestly
For
really love
years,
it.
for years, I was like, I want to get a new one, replace it, but at the same time, it's not damaged in any way, and it's one of the few like things of my childhood that I still have that is still in like good condition from that time frame that's not like in storage or thrown out. So, and if I'm gonna be totally honest, I think it was the first ever TV show like I watched that I like dedicated time to watching like every week. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised if that was the case. So it's for nostalgia, but it's also like I half want to get rid of it. But at the same time, it's stuck there. It's too iconic now to move at my ripe age of 20 something. So it's like it's here to stay, I guess. Um but we will pivot though, now that we've talked about all the merch that we have and how much god awful money we spent on capitalism and pointless things that we do not theoretically need.
Oh boy.
Let's get into let's get into that quote unquote interesting merch because let's be honest, we've all liked a piece of media, whether that's like the biggest thing in the universe or it's a little like niche thing. We've all had fan like merch or fan art or whatever that we look at and we have to do a double take on because you're like, there's no way that that went through checks. There's no way that's actually real.
Yeah.
Turns out, turns out, some of them are, some of them aren't, and
Happens a
we
lot more
wanted
than you think.
surprisingly, I'm, like, genuinely shocked this happens, like, more often, because, at least for me, all of the stuff that I've mentioned is, like, real. It is real, it's got all the proper tags on it, or it did before I threw them out or whatever. So, I don't have any, like, bootleg or, like, quote, unquote, "considered bad merch." The only one I would technically consider bad merch, but that's just being nitpicks by the fandom, is the FNAF plushies, but that's because they're the Funko plushies. And granted, it
Yeah.
was the first wave of them. It's the original 4, the cupcake, and then technically Mangle, question mark. It's not, but it is, um, circa 2016-ish.
Hmm.
The only reason why those are considered bad is just personal preference because the very first plushies that FNAF ever, like, licensed are so sought after, and then Funko bought the rights, and then they've been making merch for them up until recently. So they were just like, the closest thing I'd get, especially for the time. And also, it was one of, if not the first merch I bought with my own money. So
Yeah.
those plushies, most of those plushies, other than like maybe one or two exceptions, I have bought with my own money. So I have a special little place in my heart for them,
Yeah.
especially. What are some other we talked about
We
actually.
actually saw a really funny one recently. It's a SpongeBob pillow pet, and instead of it being like a normal pillow pet, so imagine, I guess I'm gonna go with the generic one. It's a dog. Like you can imagine, it's the head on the front, and then the pillow folds down to look like the
Yeah, you
legs.
can use you can use the zero pillow pet that's on my
Yeah.
shelf here behind me. Yeah. So instead of
So
that, it's not.
it's it's SpongeBob, but he's like whenever it's folded, he's sitting upright, so it looks like his original shape. But it's you unfold it, and it turns into like a larger rectangle. But instead of it being his normal orientation, it's his entire body rotated 90 degrees, but his features stay the exact same. So basically, it's SpongeBob long pants. But I thought it was interesting to say the least. because
Yeah.
you when you think of pillow pets, you think of it the head on the front, and then like the bottom of the pillow works as the legs of
As the
said
supporting like
animal.
feet or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I if we're going with the pillow pets, I remember when I saw the time and I thought it looked so fucking stupid.
Which
I
one?
love how derpy the very first one.
Oh yeah.
Just like the regular brown one. I remember when I saw it like years ago, I was that is so derpy, but I love it.
I actually saw this the other day. So you know the Disney logo with the like it's the blue background and then the castle with like lines and stuff, and then it has the
Yeah.
Disney logo.
Hmm.
I saw one. It's that exact same thing, but instead it says Chernobyl.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah. That's quite that's something.
Oh my fuck! Oh my Jesus fucking Christ! It's got the font and everything. Who the hell
I I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my god! Oh my god! And to think I was gonna talk about the fucking Crash Bandicoot plush, but then you show me this.
Uh,
Speaking of that Crash Bandicoot plush, because it's one of the most like famous like gaming merch to me at least, because it's so recognizable because they made it canon. For
mhm.
those of you who don't know, back in the 90s, Crash Bandicoot had a series of Japanese exclusive plushies that were made and were sought after and whatever. However, there was one that was such a bootleg, and you could tell it was a bootleg. It had like overgrown teeth. It had a deadpan stare. It had a unibrow that was very bushy. It was you could tell that this was a bootleg. With love. This was a bootleg with love. Surprisingly very well made, despite it being a bootleg. That plushie became so well known within its niche that Naughty Dog proceeded to make that plushie into a real character that is a physical character in the Crash Bandicoot series called Crunch instead of
Yep.
Crash.
Yep.
But
He's
Jesus
beautiful.
fucking Christ, he's beautiful. We love him.
Another one we could talk about is this Deoxys plush that Luna sent me as just I don't remember exactly. I think she mentioned it and she sent it to me and I kind of
Yeah.
fell in love with it. um
The backstory for this specific plushie is that I am in like other Discord servers, right, for various other content creators, and somebody in a Discord server posted a picture of this Dioxys Pokemon, the Pokemon Dioxys, a photo of this plush looking very very distraught with a bowl of ramen in front of his face, and I thought it was a funny picture because I had no context as person posted it or where they found it. I'm pretty. It might have been Twitter. I want to make a guess. It was probably Twitter.
yeah.
I have no context as to why they posted it or whatever, but I sent it to DY because I thought it'd be funny. And then he low key became obsessed.
Yeah. So I did look it up because I was actually curious. It's it's one of the hugging Pokemon plushes, so it's like huge and it has long arms and it's like basically built for hugs.
Which is
So,
fair because I mean, Deoxys himself, if you look at like his stance for his like, I think it's his attack. I want to say he just
yeah.
has long like DNA noodle arms, so like it kind of works out. But it
Yeah, but
wasn't. It was. You said it was the
I
defense
think
stare.
it's the defense form, yeah. But it's just really funny looking and it just he's just so
We'll put
distraught about ramen.
we'll put
Yeah,
the
that
picture. We'll put the
yeah.
picture up on screen. But I found this randomly on a Discord server that I'm in. I laughed my ass off because this fucking Pokemon looks like it's seen some shit. Which, to be fair, this is Deoxys. He probably has. I
Yeah.
then sent it to DY. DY then loved it so much that he made it the face of our SMP Minecraft server.
Yes. Another interesting merch that I can actually talk about real quick is, did you know they make miniature wacky waving inflatable tube men?
This is like, again, I'd like to point this out. We do not script these. This podcast is completely off the cuff. No, I did not know that.
Yeah. Um, I bought it at the store the other day because why not? But yeah, it's literally just a 3 foot, not even, wacky waving inflatable tube men powered by batteries, because why not?
Like, that's so fucking stupid. Why is it 3 feet tall? Why is it like, oh my God? It
Well,
could have been
the
like a tiny little dinky thing, but no, it's like it's bigger than I thought it would be. I previously forgot to bring this up, but I'm gonna bring it up here. Some of my Funkos, I have out of all of the Funkos, I have 3 different Spider-Man Funkos. They're all from different versions of the character. One of them is the Iron Spider with the spider legs from Infinity War. Another one is the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man from No Way Home. And
hell
then the
yeah.
last one, hell yeah. And then the last one is the Spider-Man from the second Insomniac game from 2024, I think. The one
Something
with
like
like
that.
the one with the white patches. Yeah, he's got the spider legs too.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, the latest one I got was the video game one, was the Insomniac one.
That actually reminds me. Um, a few years ago, I bought a I don't know where it was from, but I bought this is also in my Funko collection, by the way. I bought a random mystery box of Funkos. I think it was like 4 different Funkos that came with it, if I remember
Mhm.
properly. And they were interesting to say the least.
Yeah, one of them was
Undersea Gal from Disney. What is that?
what the fuck is that? Again, we'll put pictures up for better visualization, but like even I didn't know when as like the film nerd, I was like, I don't know who the fuck this is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, live action Scar, I think, from The Lion King. A verse from Captain Marvel. A yellow and blue Mickey Mouse.
Probably
Cause
a standard recolor,
why
but yeah.
not?
Mhm.
Oh, I did get Georgie from it though. That was a good one out of that box. There were 6.
Aw,
There were
little
6
baby
because I got the
Georgie.
Kool-Aid Man too. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a Kool-Aid Man Funko.
I actually knew about that Funko before you showed it to me because I remember seeing pictures of it like years ago, and I was like, oh my fuck.
Yeah,
People are gonna get that from nostalgia. I know people are gonna get that from nostalgia. And you
it's just
also, I
so
don't
funny.
didn't you you previously mentioned how did you acquire the Candyland Funko? Because I know you mentioned it,
Yeah.
but I want you to share it with the audience.
I think it was when they had first come out. They announced them, and I was just like, you know what? Why the hell not? Um, and so I sat in a queue line for hours trying to get these Funkos, like some sort of crazy merch fan for tickets to a concert.
I was just gonna say, yeah, that sounds like something like a horror scene straight out of Ticketmaster. Like, what the hell? All for Candyland Funko Pops.
I know, but they're
Who the
really
hell?
cool. Plus,
I don't know. Maybe it's
Candyland was one of my favorite games growing up, so.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it was Mr. Mint, Jolly, Queen Frostine, and King Candy.
Um, but yeah, maybe that's just because I didn't really grow up with with Candyland in terms of my childhood. Sorry was one of them. Sorry was one of them. Trouble, the one where you had to like pop a bubble in the middle of the dice and go around
Yeah.
the board. That was one of them. That was one of them. I think those were the main two. If you count Jenga as a board game, which I don't technically do because it's blocks, but those were like the main ones.
I'm currently on the Funko website, and there's Nerds Funkos. Like the candy? There's Nerds
Is it
Funkos.
is it the box with legs or is it the actual mascot?
The actual
Uh,
mascot. Like the little the
okay,
little the
good.
little guys.
The little clusters, yeah, the little clusters. Thank God. If it was just the bar with legs, I would throw a fit.
There's also hot tamales.
Sure. Okay. Sure. I do not have words.
Apparently there's a Lord Licorice and a Plummy that I don't have. I need to buy to complete my collection.
No! Oh my God. You cannot spend more money on those. I can understand why a lot of people do not like them. They are a very they are a cheaper alternate to some of the really like impressive like statuettes.
Yeah.
Like for example, I like some of the anime statues that I've seen people spend like hundreds of dollars on are insanely detailed. And I'm like, I can understand why you would spend that much on that statuette because it looks so well detailed. I want to
Yeah.
give like
Like
I
the
want to
anime
give
ones.
I
Oh my gosh.
yeah, like some of the Miku figures I've seen people got, I can guarantee you those things are like $300 plus if you're
Absolutely.
included excluding like shipping costs and all that. Like, dude, and they're very detailed and they're very like the Overwatch statues,
Yeah.
like the big ones, those can probably go up to like 500 bucks, I would have no doubt about it. Like they only made a handful of statues characters, and that's it. So if your main didn't get a statue, rip, because I don't think they make them anymore. Like they make reprints of those characters, but I don't think they add new characters to it. Because the last one I remember they made was Junker Queen, and that's like the newest one. Um.
That also reminds me. I have a
Mm.
Soldier 76 leather jacket.
Oh yeah, yeah. You also don't really though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's in my closet.
It's stuck with all of the fucking Funkos where it
Yeah.
belongs.
It lives in there now.
Hey, maybe the Spider-Man sweater that I got can keep it company, maybe. Just so that way
Maybe.
they have someone to talk to.
Yeah.
But going back to the anime figures though, because I thought about this and I really want them, even though they're super expensive. My Little Pony has made a couple of I think it's I was gonna say Vishojo. Vishojo agency. But it's like a specific statuette where it's the pony version of the character, their human interpretations of it. I love them. They are so well done, they are so well detailed. I would drop a house payment for them. They look so well done. And you don't know what? They're keeping them appropriate. They're wearing appropriate clothing just because they are adults. They still kept them like appropriate clothing. Some of them are really cute outfits. I fucking love them. Remarks. I suppose we have some like last minute merch we wanted to discuss as we wrap the episode up.
I can mention my Bonnie plushie because I have the original five animatronics from FNAF 1. So Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Golden Freddy, and Foxy. But I didn't buy all of the plushies at the same time. For some reason, the Bonnie one was sold out everywhere. So I have I have the original of Freddy, Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy, but then I have a knockoff of the Bonnie one, The only main difference is that he's 10 times more derpy and the eyes are plastic. That's literally the only thing. So you can't really tell from a distance, but it is it is noticeable sometimes. But
Yeah.
I don't know, I love him.
I don't know, it's the same thing with the Funko ones I have, where they're kinda derpy, but you know what? I love them anyway.
Mhm.
Even if they're not nearly as good of quality as those original plushies. Um,
Fun fact, there I don't know if this is accurate, but there are currently 39,100 items of Funko, and that's including the plushies, the keychains, the actual Funkos, like all of that stuff. So that's kind of crazy.
and yet they're still going under. How in the hell is that possible? One of the ones I'm partial to that I would probably spend money on is the supernatural one where Dean, our titular one of two titular main characters, with his iconic 1967 Chevy Impala. Um that there is a Funko where the Dean figure comes with it, but the car itself looks really fucking cool. I think there's like a little peg or something you can like stick him in there so he's like standing like his
Yeah,
head is like out of the but it looks really cool. And I half wish that I had it. I'll be totally honest.
that's pretty cool. But yeah, I think that's a great place to wrap it up. Um, I hope you enjoyed this rambling session about our merchandise and other merchandise that's interesting.
You can
Uh,
say it's bad. You can say it's bad.
no, that's
No, it's
mean.
bad. It's bad. You
Mean.
can say that it is.
It's mean.
Misguided, then, if we want to make it a little less mean. Misguided.
Sure. Whatever.
But yeah, thank you so much for listening and or watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, all that other jazz. Feel free to follow us on all of our socials, um, individually.
Until next time, this has been Dysfunctional.